He walked into the courtroom wearing Louis Vuitton after the county spent thousands defending him, facing multiple charges from unlawful weapon possession to driving offenses. One wrong move could send him straight to jail or even risk deportation. The judge isn't here to play games. Every decision counts, and the stakes couldn't be higher. What happens next will shock you.
All I'm asking you to do is be clean. That's all. It's got to happen one way or the other. Do you understand, Mr. Hunter? You now stand charged with, again, with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you can't tell people it was dismissed. It's not dismissed. It's if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. For you to complete this successfully, you must do an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class, and a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Forfeiture of the weapon, no drugs, no alcohol, 40 hours of community service instead of the community service. If you do a parenting class, I will consider the 40 hours of community service waived. I would like the TRAS done pretty quick. Like with, okay, that'd be great. Yeah. Since he's here, it's probably the best thing to do. Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You are stuck with this until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Hunter, that I can hold you for up to 3 years. We will do everything in our power to ensure that you get clean and remain clean. Do you understand? You hear me? How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to withhold that for 12 months. We're going to send you now for a TRAS. You can come back. We'll see what it says and we'll go from there. Okay.
Judge, without going too far into attorney-client communications, I have admonished Mr. Hunter that if he violates any term of the deferred, that the state can start a motion to adjudicate where he would have a hearing in front of you, and you can sentence him up to the year in the Harris County jail.
If you violate this agreement, glad you said that because I forgot to say
Okay.
that. If you violate this agreement by not doing what you're supposed to be doing, by testing positive, picking up a new case, having a gun, a warrant will be issued because we will file a motion to revoke your probation. We will have a hearing here. And if they prove it to me, you are facing a year in jail. Do you understand? But me, I'm not interested in jail. I'm interested in having you be clean. And we will do that however it can happen. If you're able to do it on the outside, wonderful. If you're not able to do it on the outside, we have facilities available for you at no cost to you. Do you understand? Now is the time. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. You are Mr. Coombs.
Yes.
Mr. Coombs, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer saw a truck fail to signal at left turn and drive on the wrong side of the road. Law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant. Law enforcement officer observed signs of intoxication and called for a second law enforcement officer to conduct a DUI. That law enforcement officer observed red, watery, bloodshot eyes, strong odor of alcohol, poor balance, and slurred speech. Law enforcement officer placed the defendant in custody and searched the defendant's vehicle, revealing a phone.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
The law enforcement officer placed the defendant in custody and a search of the defendant's vehicle revealed a phone cuff and alcoholic beverages.
Bebida alcohólica.
Standardized field sobriety
Hicieron las
tests
pruebas de campo.
were conducted
Y
And the law enforcement officer
el oficial de
observed 6
policía
out of 6
observó 6
clues
de
on the
11
ischian
pistas
test,
del
4 out of 8
HDL,
on the
4
walk
de un golpe de
turn, and 3
caminar
out
y
of 4 on
voltear
the
y
one
2
leg
de un
stand.
4 para una
The
pierna.
defendant refused to provide a
El
specimen,
acusado
and the blood
rehusó
warrant was
dar una
obtained in
prueba, le
next trial.
hicieron
Since 2017, DWI, assault,
agresión,
late last year evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and now another DWI.
otro. Jarebe,
If you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail, what happens?
¿qué sucede?
Mr. Coombs.
Mr. Coombs?
No, por favor.
They will deport me.
Right. I don't know what I need to do to keep my streets safe. But if I find that you, one iota,
Un chiste.
do anything to break these bond conditions, I'm going to make your bond so high you will have hair falling out. Do you understand?
¿Lo entiende?
I would
Understand.
figure that it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you drive.
El alcohol.
I am now taking away your privilege to drive, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I will blow a gasket. I can have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive,
Cada vez
you can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine.
6 meses.
Do you understand?
Él entiende.
Entiendo.
I understand.
Not
Se
to
le
consume
ordena que no consuma
illegal drugs.
o drogas.
On one ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol.
Asegurarle que usted no
On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor, and I'm giving you a curfew because I do not want you out in the middle of the night. And if I find that, like I
de
said,
la calle.
Any
En medio de la noche, perdón.
of these conditions are broken,
Era un cualquiera de
into
estas
jail you will go
a la
with a
cárcel.
bond that will hit the nubes. I am sending notice to DPS now that I am placing a restriction on you that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. Every single
Cada
officer in this state
en
will
este
know
estado sabrá
that if you get pulled over and you don't have an interlock, into jail you will go.
para la
Because the
cárcel
document
va.
we're sending now to DPS notifies every officer that you're
Cada
not
oficial.
allowed to drive without an ignition interlock in the car.
Gato en su carro.
Do you
Lo
understand?
entiende.
Entiendo.
I understand.
The worst possible
Peor.
thing you can do in the short life that we have, Mr. Coombs, is get into a car and drive.
Judge, what was the curfew?
9 to 6.
9, 6.
You're ordered not to consume alcohol,
Tiene que no
illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication.
medicamentos no
You will be
recetados.
randomly tested.
Van a hacer
If
pruebas
you test positive for drugs, alcohol, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody.
revocará su-
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Newling. If he tells me that he cannot get a hold of you, if you pick up a new case, if you become a danger to my city, you know what happens.
sabe lo que va a suceder.
Do you understand?
Que lo entiende.
Entiendo.
I understand.